My brain is full of bees, and only 1 in 8 bees holds the information that I am trying to access. I work for the bees do not work for me. There are a lot of frame cuts. Thank you for understanding. You're in bed. I'm in bed. Dude, thanks for coming. Yeah, dude, I love being here. Thanks for inviting me over. I've been stuck here all day. I don't want to be, but I'm stuck. Are you tired? Do you need food or a nap or something? No, I'm fed and rested, dude. Thanks. It's like anxiety or something. My thoughts are going nonstop, like so fast that I can't actually make any of them out, so I can't do anything. And if I could do something, it's like my brain is so loud that I don't even know where to start. I can't hear. I don't know what's important. And I know you got that ADHD autism combo move. I could help you make a list. I've got lists for days. I've been making lists of like what I want to do in each individual day too, but I can't do it. I won't do it. It's like when I wake up, the things that I wrote down the day before don't seem important anymore, and the things that I didn't write down seem way more important. So I feel confused, and then I get excited about actually getting something done, but I think like, oh no, my time would be better spent this other way. And I keep going back and forth, and then I just work myself up and I don't actually get anything done. So you're in bed. So I'm in bed. I hear you, dude. I don't blame you for feeling stuck. Decision paralysis, it sounds like. I appreciate your compassion, man, but I can't keep going on like this. I have a job and chores and responsibilities and mazy dreams. I need to do something. I can't just lay here. How's that yelling at yourself going? Clearly not far. I'm sorry, bro. I don't mean to make light of it. I'm here to listen if that's what you want. I also have another theory that I've been playing with that might be helpful if you're open to hearing it, but no pressure. As long as it's not meditation. No, but that stuff does help me, man. Whatever, man. For real though, dude, this is gonna sound a little crazy. I don't mind crazy. This might sound extra crazy. Well, I'm your captive audience, bro. Let's get to it. Okay. Have you heard of parts work? No. The mono-mind principle? Dude. I know. Academic drunk. But it's made me rethink everything that I know about psychology and how to get things done. Once I started playing with, experimenting with parts work, I feel like I can actually trust my own brain now. And I know what it's like to be on my own side. Are you for real? I'm for real. The motto mind principle? Almost, man. Listen. Let me get this straight. You also learned that when we grow up, this chunk of electric meat inside of our skull develops a frontal lobe and somehow around our mid to late 20s becomes an adult mind. Because I don't know about you, but at my age of 28, I expected to have a little bit more control over my thoughts, feelings, and actions. I definitely have more control than I did as a teenager when I was just reacting to everything based on instinct. But I don't know, my mind, and don't let me project onto you, but perhaps your mind, is tricky, complicated. One, it has a lot of conflicting thoughts. I want to live in a walkable city with transit services that are paid by taxes. And I also want pretty, clean, fast train systems to get us across the United States in less than 4 hours for the gays. Imagine the hoes and the area codes. Imagine how many lipstick stamps on my passport. I know that you don't need a passport to travel along states. Indulge me. I know that cars, fossil fuels, main reasons that we don't have these kinds of transit systems, right? And walkable cities. And then on the other hand, I want a little black coupe with red leather interior. I crave the freedom of the road, preferably in Arizona, lit by like just my headlights and the stars. Okay, or I wonder how I can be so hurt and angry with this set of friends that essentially ghosted me. And at the same time, I'm hoping and praying that they'll come around and we'll talk it out. I feel this urge to pick one side and dismiss the other, but it doesn't seem like I can make any of it disappear. Both sets of feelings exist, even if they contradict. There's probably even more feelings that I'm not aware of. So what gives, adult brain? Another thing about my mind, it rarely does what I want. Especially, it seems, if what I want is something that's good for me. Sometimes the stars align without too much trouble, but most mornings, for example, go like, why did I sleep through my alarm again when I had my entire morning routine set up and planned? I know what habits give me momentum. Shower, snack, prayer, tarot, meditate, write, get sunlight with the doggy, have breakfast, go to work. That routine sets me up to feel great, but then I don't remember my alarm going off at all. And I wake up mad and I can't deal, so I'm in bed consuming everybody else's thoughts and fears and feelings first thing, which always makes me feel like garbage. So why do I self-sabotage? And who else do I have to blame? And then sometimes I try to explain to other humans how all of this confusion comes to pass. But when I try to bring words to it, even though I know exactly what the experience is because it happens all the time, my brain goes blank. No answers here. You want to know if another human relates? Doesn't matter. No thoughts. And then as soon as I get home, I remember everything that I wanted to say and more. In fact, my brain goes so quickly that sometimes I wonder if I've ever finished a thought in my life. I used to think that I was stupid for that. So again, what gives? Where's my free will at, bro? I just gotta toughen up, right? Commit. Pull up my bootstraps. So I tried the Willpower expansion pack, and I'm definitely getting more done. But was it supposed to come with this raging tyrant figure? You know, the one that screams about what a pathetic, self-victimizing loser that I am? You've got one, right? You know what I'm talking about. Also, my stomach hurts all the time now, and nothing feels good anymore. I'm scared to be alone, but also the tyrant says that it's good that I'm alone because look at that to-do list. It is getting checked off. My boss is happy. My house is cleaner. Is this success? Is this free will? Yes, it's exhausting being nitpicked, analyzed, criticized, screamed at every moment of my waking life, but it seems like it's a pretty common experience. Is this the moment where I'm supposed to imagine Sisyphus smiling? Flash forward to today, my brain isn't filled with screaming anymore. My boss is happy. It's me. My house is clean-ish. And I'll tell you how I got my little internalized capitalist that you may also be familiar with to quiet down, but I want to warn you first, it's gonna probably piss you off. It pissed me off when I first heard this strategy from my therapist. God bless her. She gave me an experiment. She asked me to just try and assume that, against all apparent logic, this inner tyrant was actually on my side and wanting to help me. How would that make sense? And this is what I came up with. Maybe that tyrant was trying to keep me tough so that the world at large couldn't hurt any of my soft spots anymore, even though it was ineffective. Was it trying to protect me from the criticism of the dominant system by criticizing me first? You've heard of your inner child. Maybe this screaming terror in my brain is actually a little child. Parts work says that we have multiple. A whole set of inner children, different ages, various thoughts, feelings, actions, strategies of keeping you alive. They're all part of your consciousness, your mind, my mind, all part of you. You're saying that I have DID. I promise that's not what I'm saying. That's literally what you're saying. That my mind is split into a bunch of different parts. Alters. They're called alters. DID is way more complex, and there's an amnesia component to it. Look, can we talk about the differences later? I'm not saying that you have DID. Good, because I don't. I know you don't, but also, man, we know a lot of cool people with DID, and you're sounding kind of judgy right now. I'm not trying to be judgy. I just don't need you putting a label on me like you're some kind of psych. I'm not a psych, and we're not talking about DID right now, okay? At least not right now. Okay. Talk your shit down. Inner children parts, they don't all agree on how to keep you alive, but they've done it. They've gotten you this far, and they want you to survive at all costs. So in this theory of parts work, our inner children, or parts, are interacting with each other all the time. In our headspace, they're showing up as thoughts, desires, bodily sensations, emotions, fears, roles, instincts, survival strategies, images. And there's a reason that each of them exists, but that's a different conversation, so bear with me. I am going to keep making videos. So these little fragments of us, adult you might not know them yet, but they know each other. They fight, team up, break down, control each other, hide, wrestle for control. They don't all agree on how the best way to get you to survive is, but they're going to fight like hell to do it. And they're not adults, even though some of them that had to grow up really quickly definitely would disagree with that. They think they are adults. And these parts of us, they might hide, but they never go away. We can't get rid of them. Nor should we want to, because despite how they appear, they're all important. And they might be trapped in these jobs that they learned getting you to this point, but there's a lot more underneath that. And all of our parts, just like kids, want to be heard. They want to be cared about. You think I'm batshit? Maybe. I don't blame you. I didn't buy it either when Lauren first told it to me. I did some reading because I trust her, and I ran a few experiments. The response in my mind was wild, dude. And I wouldn't even bring this up to you because I know how bananas it sounds, but I can't argue with results. It's changed everything for me. How? What am I even supposed to do with this information? You talk to them, and they talk back. Who talks to them? The adult mind. It's in us. It's not a part. You might recognize it. It goes by many names. That still small voice. High self. The self with a capital S. I can make a video on that too because it is easy to recognize once you know what you're looking for. It has very specific traits, and it's within all of us, this adult self energy waiting to guide all of our parts and step in as the leader that connects us and heals parts of us. It's just that in front of this core energy is the battlefield of our parts. And those parts might struggle and act out in ways that we don't understand or necessarily agree with or like, but they've gotten us this far. Again, credit to them. So they're not going to give up their jobs easily. They don't have awareness of any other option. They just know how to survive. And that's where parts work comes in. With parts work, we get to know all of our hurting parts. We learn to recognize and connect with this adult self energy who can talk with and learn and care for our parts and even heal them. Ideally, one by one, our parts can relax from their roles and be taken care of. And they always needed and deserved that care, but for whatever reason that was totally out of our control when we were small, they didn't get that. So with parts work, instead of being ruled by these parts, we learn how to be with them. And in being with them, the mind expands and shifts and changes, and we can become closer to who we want to be. We can become who we want to be. And I know this sounds bananas, but it's changed everything for me, truly. I'm unrecognizable from the person that I was a year ago or 2 years ago, and I want to talk about that more in the future too, but it's too much to get into. I've seen it work with the people that I work with too, profoundly. I'll try to answer any questions, and I'll be explaining more soon, but I know there's a million things that you could and probably feel like you should be doing right now, so I appreciate you taking the time to listen to this. We'll do one last conversation with our buddies and then wrap up for the day, okay? Thanks. Love you. I'm gonna ask you something kind of doomery. There's nothing we can't talk about, man. Let's say all of this is true, what you're saying about parts and the mind. I'm just thinking that, or I guess a part of me is thinking that I don't understand why any of this matters. Healing and parts work, because the world is on fire. Because the world is on fire. And colonialism and Gaza and Sudan and Congo and climate change. Okay, dude, pause. It's bad. I know it's bad, and it's looking like it's gonna get a hell of a lot worse before it even starts getting a little better. Right? Right. I'm not dismissing that. But also, what are we gonna be able to do about it if you're so overwhelmed by the whole thing that you're caught in your bed frozen? How can you help the chaos of the world right now? I guess. I mean, I was able to come over and talk to you when just a few months I could have been in the exact same position that you are. We could have just been texting, and who knows if we'd ever actually get into this conversation the way that my energy was tied up in a mental hellscape. True. What if doing the work of connecting with your parts allows you to get up and do something about the state of the world? What if it lets you connect with other people better? Schwartz says this thing in No Bad Parts. It's like how we relate in the inner world is how we relate in the outer. But we can't stop at the inner world. Exactly, man. And I'm not saying that. What I am saying is, what if doing the work of talking to and relating to and caring for your parts allows you to be more open to the world? Did I tell you that I joined the Socialist Rifle Association last week? The group that does medical training and mutual aid stuff? Yeah, man. You've been talking about that for months, dude. I know, dude, and I wanted to do it, but I was scared. I was scared of a lot, and I'm still scared of a lot. But now I'm able to hear that fear and that dread and give it the attention that it needs instead of ignoring it or trying to bury it. And I actually went to an event last week. How was that? Cool. I met new people who have the same values as me and goals and ideas about the future, and they're actually putting me on the conflict resolution, like de-escalation team. That's awesome. That's perfect for you. Thanks, dude. I agree. And you're more than welcome to come. I'm just saying that I was stuck before. Not in the exact same way as you, but I was stuck. And now that my parts are learning how to trust me, to know how to take care of them, I'm out there doing the work, making connections with people who have been doing the work that I've been wanting to do. So doing parts work, it's given me space to take action, man. I'm not trying to save the world or anything, but I'm in the world, and now I'm doing something about it. You've given me a lot to think about. Take this book. You keep it on you? Yeah, and I want it back. All right, dude, no promises. I'm going to your kitchen to fix us some dinner now. You don't gotta do that. I want to. And more importantly, I have the space and the energy to do it. So shut up and let me take care of you. All right, man, thanks. I love you, dude. I love you too, dude.